Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2019. It's my Classics Rider. We're on to episode number 18 here in the series. Second season. We're at the World Tour race, the Tirreno Adriatico. And it's stage 5, and this is our last chance at a stage win in this one. And I'm actually on the short list of favorites as we load it up. It does appear to end on a circuit with kind of a little double climb that's repeated 3 times at 143, 159, and then finally at the finish 174 Ks in. Got a decent chance here. I'm only 20th overall, so I'm out of contention. I'm 12 minutes down. Thibaut Pinot in the race lead. So nothing to fight for in that regard. Just going for a stage win today. So it's kind of a win or bust situation. I don't need to bother staying with the group, so I can attack and go for it. It's nice to have that freedom to really feel that, the stage could potentially be yours. I do lead the points classification here, surprisingly, after 4 stages. So we'll see if we can pick up at least a few points anyway to stay in the lead. But most of that's really going to come down to the finish because there's only 2 sprint points very early in the stage. And I highly doubt that there won't be a breakaway at that point in time. But if there's not, I'll go for it. Otherwise, I'll see you at the beginning of the triple set, the circuit of climbs. Peloton is slowly fracturing. At the moment, though, it's mostly together, 106 riders. We were chasing 15. They had 4 minutes. Only one rider actually emerged at the front of that group, and the 14... we just reeled them back in. Now we're down to just the one rider left off the front as we are on the first of 3 climbs. This is that triple climb, so here's the actual first part of it. We'll hit the top here. Have a quick descent. It's not that quick, actually. And then we're going to go up again. Yeah, there you go. 5, just over 1K. And that's not steep to the finish, so the real climb is definitely the lead up to it. There's not much to this. So, Padun and Eraviti have broken away. Somebody else as well. Tishbanut. Okay. And one more beyond that. He's just around the corner. He's pulling away a little bit. After 40 seconds. There he is, off in the distance. Let's pause for a second, figure out who that is. Gonçalves. I am all alone here in the group. Peloton down to 43 riders with 2 times left to go on this climb. Again, I'm one of the favorites on this stage, and that is the type of climb that I can get away on. We're back up to 70 riders at the moment, and we've reeled in all but Gonçalves. And that should happen here in just a moment. 12 seconds now. Oh, it's Arviti. Gonçalves was reeled in first. Okay, we're about to hit that climb. Again, turn this corner. Here we go. We're coming in the opposite direction of what we came in last time, as we repeat the circuit here. Okay, 87, slightly blinking red. That is okay. Actually, I do want to go a little higher because I'm faster when I put in more effort. It means I ultimately should use less energy in an awkward, backward sort of way just because of how bad my mountain rating is. I'm very slow. Meaning I've got to use a lot of effort to do the steady pacing versus the quick pacing. This time over with a lot less pace, we only dropped 2 riders from the peloton. Technically 1, but since we reeled in Erviti. There's 7 more going away as they ultimately come over the top. Slacter attacking. Hey, what's going on here? New breakaway formed. This is what I should be in, technically, but I think my best chance at winning the stage is waiting towards the final climb. There's Conchi. Slagter. Yeah. Viviani? Wow, okay. Viviani on the attack. 13.7k. Those guys not pulling away. It's holding at 45 seconds. And we're down to 1. Down to 1 rider. Which is Slacter. Next time on the climb, that's my opportunity. That's when I go. The recovery is pretty much there. I cannot rely on these guys for protection of any kind. Though they're able to offer it for just a moment here as we're back up to 68 riders in the peloton. 1 off the front. He's pulled out a little bit further. 56 seconds. Chase is not coming very hard right now. Now Oliver Nassen going to the front. That will make the difference as we're down to 8k. I'm going to use my gel now because I need it on the climb, not the finish. And I need to get to the front. Come on, come on. Yeah, a little early. Little early. Little early.
5 kilometers remaining.
5k to go. Take it easy here. Take it easy. There's the corner. Okay. Alright. Right to the front. And 4k. I'm pulling off the front here. Let's accelerate. Accelerate. Accelerate.
And there's an attack at the front. He could go
All alone. So we'll just settle down to that 95, 93. And we go over the top. There we go. 16 seconds clear. 15, 16, holding. 16, 12. 3 riders giving chase. 11 seconds. 1k to go. 1k to go. Sprint it out, sprint it out, sprint it out. Come on. Come on. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. 7 seconds. It's opening back up. I've got it. Whew, that was close. Bardet comes close. Roglic close. Pino, Ciccone, Bernal, Yates, DeMoulin. Look at those names that I just beat. Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. May I have another? That was good. That was real good. Kwiatkowski. Way down the order, 16th. Mats Peterson, 17th. Pascal Ackermann, not known for climbing, but still. Viviani, Ackermann, a little surprised by their presence in the top of the order, but quality riders are quality riders, period. And when they are definitely ahead of your level, oh man, it feels good to beat the likes of Bardet, Roglic, Pino, Bernal, Yates, DeMoulin, Port. I mean, yes, Ciccone and Bonifazzi are good, but they're not on the level of those other guys. I'm starting to think that I'm on their level. Ciccone, Bonifazio, Senko in between, right? Definitely Formula's level. Kwiatkowski, I think, is underrated on this game. He buries himself for the team more often than not. Doesn't get a chance to ride for himself very often. So I think he's a little undervalued here. Peterson, I'm starting to hit those guys' level. But that is a stage victory. Shouldn't impact the standings, really. I might move up a couple spots, but definitely not playing for that. That was all about the stage victory. And we did it. Just enough. Big crowd. A few seconds. Wow, they put the first 14 all on the same time. Just couldn't separate us. There was a few bike lengths pretty much in between each and every one of us. Yeah, 2 spots. But again, don't care. 18th, not a big deal. So, stage 6 is a sprint stage. I'm going to bypass that one. Hey, first victory and first top 3 in World Tour. There's 111 points for us. 110 points for us. Well, how am I counting? Apparently I like triple ones. Anyway, good evaluation, objective, whatever. But first in points classification, there's another plus 13. We're 102 now. Manager satisfaction still not very high because they keep expecting me to win every flippin' stage. And when I do, they're just like, yep, duh, we knew you were going to win. And when I don't, they get super pissed. So, whatever. Okay. Next stage, sprint, bypass, final stage, short time trial, closer to a prologue than a time trial, but we'll see that one just to see the final standings. All right, 10K to go in this race. I have a -1 race day condition. Not that it matters. It's more prologue than time trial, but of course I'm pretty well locked between those two anyway. With both at 68 today, I'd be a 68.5. Totally flat. It's out. It's back. There is a little bit of wind. I'm going into that wind right now. I'll have it at my back as we return towards the finish. It's only taking 12 minutes. Casper Asgreen on top. Bookman, same time. Cameron Myers, same time. Mats Peterson just behind that. I should be well off the pace as I'm not so good at these two skills. And we'll see just how far down I am. 22 seconds, 69th place overall as we round the corner and head back towards the finish line. There's already the 1K banner. It's short. It's sweet. And I should be able to get there just fine. Fellini's going to have a better time than I will, I would imagine. If you double that up, 44 seconds roughly off the pace. But I should be ahead of the rest of my teammates. That's still not going to make for a very good time. That'll be well outside of the top 50, but inside the top 100. And here we go. 700 meters, 600 meters, 500 meters, 99. Attack it, attack it, attack. And 47 seconds. So yes, just about right. 76th overall at the moment. But of course, that's going to go backwards here. Kruiswijk, next one to come in. Much better rider than myself. Riding for Movie Star here in game. Holy cow, that's so weird. 34 seconds down for him. Michael Woods coming. Canadian for EF Education first. He is not a good time trialist either. He should be behind myself. Let's speed this back up. Oh, Ciccone already crossed the line, or whoever that was following him. It's not a Formulo. A lot of these guys are not putting in good times. Roglic is right there. Roglic into the race lead. Port, Bardet. There's Kwiatkowski into the stage lead. 1 second better than Roglic. Tom Dumoulin goes top. Pinot, 16th. That's actually a good time for him. He not a good time trialist. I'm surprised he's even got a 71 rating, as he always loses minutes on time trials, not seconds. But Tom Dumoulin takes the stage by 3 seconds over Kwiatkowski, and that gives him the race win over Thibaut Pinot. So Tom Dumoulin steals it away. Egan Bernal moves up to third, 2 minutes behind. Kwiatkowski up to fourth. Simon Yates fifth. Richie Porte, Bardet, Roglic, Carapaz, and Formulo are your top 10. Now, I entered the stage in 18th. We'll see if I move up or down at all. Best climber classification. Tish Benut takes it by a single point over Gonçalves. Tom Yelta Slagter takes third. That was a close competition between those three, just 3 points separating the top 3 steps on that podium. I somehow win the points classification. I have no idea how that happened. Tom Dumoulin takes second, 2 points down. Crazy, crazy result on that. Don't ask me. I couldn't tell you how I won that competition. But I got an orange jersey. I'll take it. Should be worth some points. Bernal easily takes the young rider classification. I actually finished third. 10.5 minutes behind. Another underrated rider just behind that, and Theo Gegenhardt. Kwiatkowski, Gegenhardt, both of those riders, I know it's Ineos, okay? I got it. But both of those riders, I think, would be leaders on other teams. Not every other team. Not Jumbo-Visma, not movie star, not Ducati Quick Step, but a lot of teams. Okay, I would find those two being a leader on those teams. For Kwiatkowski, in his case, I'd say roughly half of the World Tour teams, somewhere around 7 to 9 teams, he would be the leader. And not just occasionally. I mean, he is occasionally for Ineos, given leadership status, but most of the time. And that's why I think he's underrated on here. Because if he rode for, I wouldn't say anyone else, but if he rode for many of the other teams, he'd be the guy. He would be the guy. And, looking at him here, his average is a solid 77, and that's good. The stage racing specialists, I think, top out at like 78 this year. The only ones that are hitting the 80s are your punchy or classics guys, which is odd that they've kind of cut the stage racers down a bit. I'm not quite sure why that's happened this year in the ratings, but it is what it is. You could see his worst stat is a 70. He is definitely a do-it-all type guy. And I think maybe that's why it hurts him a little bit, because he doesn't necessarily specialize anywhere other than downhill as an 81. And yes, Kwiatkowski is easily one of the best 3 or 4 downhill guys on the planet on a bike. That much, I think, is pretty indisputable. Beyond that, I know it's fairly disputable on whether he's as good as I personally believe him to be. That's my opinion. But I do think he's a couple points off. Like, that mountain rating should be a 77 or 78. I think the hill rating should be about a 78, but otherwise it's pretty much right there, spot on. He could certainly ride on the cobbles well, so I'd say he's probably a 75-ish there. And then that would otherwise be pretty spot on. I think the flat rating, the sprint acceleration, the downhill, the recovery, the resistance, all of that seems to fit. Time trial seems to fit his profile. So pretty close, but I think a couple, 2-3 points in the mountains would bump him to a 78. 1 or 2 points in cobble might bump him to a 79. Still not necessarily be a stage racer, but he certainly could be. But when you have the likes of Bernal, Froome, and Thomas on your team, why would you focus on that? Why would that be your strength? It could be his strength if that's what he trained for, but he trains to support those guys. So he's got strengths in other areas. But anyway, that does it for that race. We got the jersey. We got our first stage race finished. There's another 90 points. Now we're just 12 away from leveling up, and we should also get our evaluation here in just a moment. First in the points, third in the Young Rider. There's 26 points. That's a level up. And then finally we do get our boost here up to 94%. And with a new level, we've got a skill point and improvement of attributes now that we've hit level 12. Next, level 13. Just new races available to us and a skill point. No attribute change. It slows down so quickly on here. It lets you level up really quick to get good, but then to get great, they really slow down here in 2019. And I like that. I like that. They get you competitive early, but to be dominant, to be a winner, to excel, to be a Grand Tour competitor, or to win Liège-Bastogne-Liège or Paris-Roubaix, that's going to take more time. I like that. I do. Okay, Puncher, no hills points there, no cobbles points. Certainly not a fan of that, so let's see what else we can do. Northern Classics, that is going to come with a point in the cobbles, but nothing in the mountain. I could certainly use that mountain point. But to certainly use that cobble point. Paradour, nothing doing there. Stage races, neither hills or cobbles. Climber will come with a mountain point. I don't care about these. I do care about some of these. The downhill goes up a little bit. The resistance, I like getting 2 points of resistance, and not everything's coming with that. Time trial, no way, not a chance. Sprinter, I'd like to have more speed to win those final sprints, with those 3-4 guys at the end a couple times. It does add the resistance. That's an option. That's 2 points. That is more sprint, more downhill. But again, it's no cobble, no hills, but comes with the mountain. I think maybe we do need the classics just because this is my main focus. Hills and cobbles. It does come with a point for the sprint. It does come with 2 points for the resistance. So there you go. We'll take it. Confirmed. Skill point. Okay, we put one into the network. I don't need to continue building that. I'm hoping anyway that I will have enough. So now we have a look elsewhere. I put the willpower into my other writer, and because I manage the fitness well, I never have an expected negative. It's the random draw that gives me negative, and you can't overcome the random draw. You overcome the prep. So willpower is pretty useless when you manage your fitness correctly. When you have no fatigue, and when you always have 95+% in the fitness. Maybe the weather is going to predict a negative, but because it's countered by the fitness, because it's countered by no fatigue, day in, day out, you're still looking at even a zero balance. So you have a positive or a zero balance day in, day out, even when the weather sucks. So, not finding the point of willpower. Don't get to use it. So what else do we have? Charisma points? Not yet. Maybe the information. Maybe I need to start getting into that, seeing who I can beat. But really, I still don't use that feature very often. I don't find too much value in it. Attacking the guys when you need to attack. I attack when I know I should attack. I choose my points based on my strength, not necessarily based on hurting my opponents on a climb or something like that. So maybe it's time to get into the race bonuses. Or secure one more point here. It's only adding one more contact of interest, but it would definitely secure the team I would want for next year. And we do get started on that search relatively soon. But I think with 2 contacts of interest, we'll get there no problem. And if I'm struggling, then I can add a point later, next level. So for now, one of these. Technique. Stealth, I'm not... Actually, that could be useful for a puncher like myself. Let's start with that. We'll give it a shot. It's something different. Something new. Alrighty then. Looking at the standings now, after a performance like that, we are now 4th place in the Continental rankings. And the Super Prestige, 29th, 289 points. Back in the World Tour, now that I've actually participated in a World Tour event, there's 102 points out of nowhere. Two victories on the season now. So, yeah, that's a good start. up next for us. Let's see. This would be the Daen's Nokura? It is cobbled, but it's fairly flat. So attrition will knock out a lot of riders. We'll be down to a smaller group, but there will still ultimately be a sprint. I don't think, unless those are all like 5-star cobbled sections, I don't think it'll ultimately bring us down to a small enough group. But let's go ahead and get into that next race, and we'll go from there. So into this German race, or was it a Belgian race? I don't know. Sorry. So into this race, and you can see we're rolling through a couple towns here with essentially the same cobbled sections. We've got a level 3. At a level 3, there's a level 2 starting out. So not much to these. But what I did notice on the profile is this repetitive cobbled section that we're going to hit circuit after circuit, including just before the finish. It's actually on an uphill. So we'll hit that one. Actually, we already just hit it, didn't we? So we'll get a closer look at it soon. This is not the one. This is the 3-star. Dire Quintana into the breakaway. 5 riders there. Here's this one. This is not the primary one.
And those that are on their last legs don't have the necessary physical resources to do so.
There we go. Coming off of there. I'm wondering if this is actually it. I think it is. This, yeah, that corner we just turned is the circuit we're going to be on. Yep, 1K banner. Oh, through the light pole. Don't hit the light pole. Boy, that's not much. That's only a handful, a few hundred meters, 2 stars, but it's uphill. So cobbles, minor factor. Hills, minor factor. Flat rating, definitely going to be a big factor. It is potential for sprinters to make it through on this race, on this stage. So we'll see what could happen in the time to come. But I don't think, unlike some races, I don't think the cobbled sections are going to do a whole lot of damage to the field. It'll definitely do some. We are not going to have 134 riders left because it's short, it's steep, and then coming off the top, it'll thin the field out. Not for a while yet, though. So for now, we will just sit on, let it go over the freeway there. Stay in position. We'll see when things begin to thin out. We'll slow it down. It's already just 92K to go. This isn't a terribly long one. It's only 400 meters is all, but it's just that it's uphill. And then you turn the corner immediately and take off at a pretty high rate of speed. So that could create some splits, and then ultimately will do the damage. But yeah, it's just a minor 2-star section. As short as it is, just won't do a whole lot of damage. And the only reason why it'll do a bit is because of the hill with it. And then the exit speed. You can see this far in, nothing. Nothing's happened yet. No splits in the field whatsoever. 5 riders off front, minute and a half ahead. Of course, no reason for us to chase with Dire Quintana in the group. Here we go again. And still no splits. Down to 57K. Pace really should start to pick up here. Yeah, leads down to a minute. Starting to pull him back. Oh, and here comes the rain. Now this could have an impact. Because we can start to see some crashes. And then that can force some splits. You would definitely want to be at the front right now. Here we go, here we go. Puncture. There's somebody who's going to suffer for that. Oh, hints of a split. 2 riders off the back. 6 riders off. 41K. We're still not going that hot. Those 6 riders, you can see they're not losing much ground. And as spread out as the field is. Not expecting much in terms of fireworks. Alright, here we go again. Now they're split at the moment, 29 riders all of a sudden. And this is just before the cobbled section. Schoenberger is the only rider with me from where that split was. At the moment though, it's all back together. We nearly see the splits again, and there is the splits again, but bunching back up. 66 now in the front, 64 in the chase. Two times through still. Now Schoenberger is quite tired. Guys chasing though, they aren't. Dire Katana and the breakaway have been caught. Okay. Now I'm going to want to not break away this time, but I'm going to want to up the pace. Make the chase difficult, make a small group. In fact, we just went down to 41. But it's back up to 80. Not a whole lot of pace here. We're cruising along at the moment. Let's see, cobble rating is a +1 today. Resistance is a +1 today. And my hill at an 82. It's not bad. Boy, I just dropped back a lot. That's a lot of riders moving forward. Look how fast that I am compared to the others through there, though. 22 riders. Oh, stay. Thank you. $13K, 45 riders. Fellini is here. Nope, he's dropped back down to 21. So much yo-yoing. 10, 11K to go. Stop going backwards. Come on. We can't have every single member of this group trying to pull at the front. Easy, easy. Just work your way up there. Don't hit the pole. Ow. 7.5K. I want to follow... Actually, let's follow Bawani. Greipel. Yeah, sprinters are still here. Cockard. It's going to be difficult to beat. Ah, we're going backwards again. Come on. Told you to take position. Does he take position? No. Now we've got to waste energy to get forward again. And no team support through this, so I'm wasting energy to get near the front. Group's at 23. Definitely think it's down to 6 or 7 of us, but it's going to be really tough to win with all those sprinters around. My advantage, that little hill and the cobble, but it's only 400 meters. I've got to be right near the front, and here I am at the front.
Strong men are giving their all. The weather plays a vital role
There you go. See all those sprinters just fly by? Cockard's going to take it. I'll have a top 10. Greipel 4th, Buwani 5th, Mohoric 9th place. Looks like I could have started a little sooner.
We're waiting for the tail enders who continue to arrive. And here are the race highlights.
Not a bad race, but that was very much a sprinter's race. That cobbled section was too soft, too gentle, too short. The hill, too soft, too gentle, too short. See, Cockard, it didn't even affect him. I mean, he just cruised right through. There's no bobbing up and down or anything. And the rain held off there at the end. So getting a top 10 was a decent result. I know the team wanted more, but actually they didn't. They wanted a top 30, so that's exceptional, worth 42 points. I'll take that. Manager satisfaction is up there. Alrighty, hey, that worked out in the end. Alright, final look at the results, and we're going to call that an episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe, and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.